Do you ever think of God as some kind of customer service complaint line? Well, let's talk about that. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Reverend Sharon Renae. Welcome to this week's Sunday Inspiration presented by Spiritually Centered. And today I want to talk about how we use Spirit, God, as a customer service line, right? We call in, we want to make those complaints. And it's just like when you've gotten an invoice for something that they overcharged, you want to call and you want to talk to customer service and you want to get the manager on the line to fix it and to correct it. We often kind of take that same approach with Spirit that we're taking in our complaints. And here's the thing is that Spirit doesn't have a customer service line. It doesn't have a customer service manager. You have a direct connection to God. But remember that when we are talking to Spirit, when we're talking to God, when we're talking to this wonderful energy, whatever we're complaining about is what the Spirit hears, and the Spirit's going to give us more of that to complain about because it's receiving the message in the same way we're making the call. And so it's going to give more of that frustration back. And here's the thing is that Spirit, again, I say it all the time, is not out there. God is not separate from you. God is within you. And for us to learn that we have a direct call. We have a direct call line. And so when we're making that call, instead of saying, I want you to fix this, this was done to me and it's not right. And you need to you need to make sure that Billy Bob pays the price for what he's done to me, right? Instead of doing it that way, it's like going in and having that conversation, making that call and saying, God, help me to deal with this situation. Help me to listen to the inner guidance so that I can do what is right for me and that is in alignment to my highest and best. So it's about listening on that intuitive basis. It's not about reacting from the frustration of the outer world. But it's like God doesn't put us on hold. God doesn't pass the buck and pass us off to someone. And, you've had those calls before where, you keep getting passed and nobody can answer your question. Spirit is always there. We just aren't always quiet enough to listen. And it's kind of like, have you ever dealt with someone that could not, I'm trying to find the right words here, but was so stuck on their question that they weren't listening to the answer? It's kind of like if you've ever had to deal with a person that's under the influence of something and they keep saying, but why? But why? Well, I wasn't, and they just keep going on with their thing, but yet they're not listening to the answer. When we're demanding things of Spirit in a way that and blaming Spirit for things, or again, wanting Spirit to fix the problem or blaming Spirit for the problem, we are kind of like that person. We're not listening. We're not in that peace. And that you've heard that statement, peace, be still. So going quiet and going in and allowing ourselves to tap into that divine energy. And I can tell you, when I call the customer service rep in Spirit and I'm yelling, I get nothing. I get nothing in return for that. When I calm down and say, what are you thinking? Right? And I get calm and I say, okay, Spirit, I'm having an issue with this. Help me to resolve this inner conflict. Show me what to do. And have you noticed when I talk about going into Spirit, I close my eyes? Because that's what I do. So it's so natural that when I'm talking about going in, my eyes close. But when I release the blame or the victim, and I can wear the victim badge just like anybody else, right? We have to realize that we have a direct call, that God is not separate from us. And this doesn't mean that, if you like to talk to Jesus or if you want to talk to the angels, that you can't do that. But what you can do is again, affirm that they're praying with you and helping you to make your connection, right? But we can go right to the top. And we have the information to do that. But we don't need to try to find the manager. There is no manager in this customer service line. This is you and God. All right? So the next time you want to make a complaint, go in and say, how do I resolve this for me? What is the best way for me to handle? And listen and trust and to move that forward. And so, till next time, namaste.